Hello, hello, hello. I'm so happy to be with you here today. I was going to say hello, good morning, but actually, I guess noon is then afternoon. So here we are on a wonderful afternoon, and I hope your day is going well. We have some really interesting things to work with today. And it's the Luminary is one that we haven't had for quite some time, I think, when I've been pulling cards for all of us. And it's really fun. I'm going to later on talk to you a little bit more about the Vortal, which is our membership program that we've started. And I will be speaking on Sunday at 2 p.m. And then we'll have everybody go into their time to talk with each other. And if you haven't signed up for the Vortal yet, this session on Sunday is just for people who are in the membership. So Stacy will be putting up the links that take you to more information about the Vortal, and then you can also sign up. But let's get started on our cards for today. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We have a nice group started here. Yay, yay, yay. All right. The piece that we have today is another one that goes along really well with our theme for the month of March, which is keeping our equilibrium. Really important right now. So, not that it hasn't been in recent times, but it's simply that that you don't even know each day what energies are going to be out there. So equilibrium is really, really important. And that's part of what I'll be talking about on Sunday at 2 p.m. Okay, so let's look at this, and I will show you the card that we're working on here. All right, so there it is. It's called Mosaic. Can you feel how all of the different parts in Mosaic are kind of together? And then there's sort of like, I don't know what you would call that that's around the outside, kind of maybe people coming into the mosaic or something. But here's what I want to tell you about Mosaic. This is in the book, and it's a section that's called Something to Consider. You are a unique tile in the universal mosaic of being. You are a unique tile in the universal mosaic of being. Can you feel that? Can you feel how you have your own energy, your own reason for being here? Each one of us is different. So we're like a tile in the mosaic. Claim your special beauty, even as you allow others to do the same. Claim your special beauty, even as you allow others to do the same. Really, really important. We need to be able to feel that we have this unique energy, this unique beauty in soul and person. And when we are there in the energy of who we are, that shines out. And that's how we offer to our world who we are authentically. Now, here's another section in the book. It's called A Reflection on Mosaic. The created tapestry of form and beingness that comes from and through the source invites you to open your heart to that which is different. Welcome beings from this world and beyond, though clothed in unfamiliar form. Listen with understanding, integrating that which resonates to your soul. Such uniqueness weaves into a universal mosaic of being. Now, one of the things that I wanted to highlight here is when I was writing this information for this art that we call mosaic, I really was feeling that there will be those from other planets who will be here. In fact, I think there are some already, but they have a form that looks similar to who we look like here, although we have lots of different ways of looking, but it looks like a human being. And so we don't really recognize that it is from another planet. But I think there will come a time when those that are coming from someplace else will come in how they look on the planet. And that is part of the mosaic. You know, let me read this again. The created tapestry of form and beingness. Form meaning how you show up here, and beingness, who we are in that inner self, that comes from and through the source. So all of this comes from the source, whether it's beings from other planets or whether it's those of us who are here on Earth. So it comes from and through the source, invites you to open your heart to that which is different. Welcome beings from this world and beyond, though clothed in unfamiliar form. Listen with understanding, integrating that which resonates to your soul. This is really important. Listen with understanding, and this is true of all of us who are unique tiles in the mosaic. Listen with understanding, integrating that which resonates to your soul. Such uniqueness weaves into a universal mosaic of being, a universal mosaic of being. Isn't that great? I mean, that's part of the oneness. If we see this as oneness, then each of us is a unique tile, but we are all one in this world together. You know, last week we had Dolphin Song, and that was a week when we needed support and we were doing a lot of expansion, you know, because the dolphins in the book, in the Luminary book, talks about how the dolphins are in the sea and they're here with us and they're beyond in the cosmos. And so there's a certain amount of expansion that can happen when we're working with the dolphins. And now this week, we turn to something a little different. So Mosaic invites us to be aware of differences we find in the world, not to push them away because they are different, but rather to welcome them and listen to them while taking in what resonates to our soul. This can include beings from other places in the universe. They may be seen through inner eyes, or they may appear in a human form, or a form that is natural in the place from which they can't come. This message is to prepare us for the meetings with others who seem very different. Maybe that especially means those who have different opinions from us, and we have a lot of that in the world right now. In other words, we are being asked to let go of judgment. Ooh, isn't that true? We've been letting go of judgment for so long. It's like that is a process. And I think we're getting better and better about not going there or stopping ourselves when we do. And in other words, we are being asked to let go of judgment, listen, and pay attention. You may find that there is wisdom here that aligns with your soul knowing. If not, they are still part of the mosaic of being. So even if what you find in the process of listening or in conversation with someone, even if that doesn't fit for you, they are still part of the mosaic of being. And so we need to pay attention and allow those differences within our understanding. There is much for us to learn from that. All right. So then let's go to the color card. The color card, I'm going to take yes, there it's going. Okay, so now remember that our luminary is mosaic, and then what comes up is the strength in black. Now, strength in black, this doesn't come up very clearly, but the strength in black, on the card, it says focus, transforming, and full of potential. Okay, so what I went into and what I encourage you to do with color cards is when you get a card, these little minis I like because immediately you know whether you're dealing with a strength or a lesson, because on one end of the card is the strength and on the other end of the card is a lesson. And when you turn the card over, whatever's at the top is what you're to look up. And here's the what I encourage you to do is to go in to the section on strength, because that's what came up, and then pick out a paragraph that stands out for you. So here's the one that came up. Black indicates your willingness to experience transformation. You may fear emotional pain and try to avoid it at all costs. Yet sometimes it is the means to your transformation. Low points in life can teach you what life is all about. You know, those are sometimes the things we don't want to hear. So I find that the things that I don't want to hear are the very things I need to put my attention to. So black is just saying to us that you have a willingness, that each of us has a willingness to go through transformation. But sometimes when we're faced with emotional pain or something that is even physical pain, we want to avoid it. But this is not what this is about. This is about looking at that emotional pain or looking at that physical pain and saying, you know, what is that really about? And that gives us an in to go in and use our tools. And it's truly one of the things that we use in the color therapy as we find where in the body we are feeling pain, or where if emotional pain can be in the body as well. And you can feel that. So what you want to do is to use that as a tool to discover what is there that needs transformation. So, you know, low points are difficult. But if we remember that all human possibilities are in black, amazing outcomes can appear. So this was the message that I got, that black is full of potential, because if you take all the pigment colors on earth and you put them together, what you get is black. And if you put all the colors of light together, you get white, and white light. And so this is, again, part of the balance, all the possibilities of earth and all of the possibilities of the cosmos. And so what we want to do is use the low point to and allow it to catch our attention. Black can show you the way to new adventures and internal and external learnings that are part of your transformation. So that's really important for us, especially at this time. I mean, I had spent 2 days earlier this week. I really couldn't get anything done because I was feeling that heaviness and also a sadness in the world. There's been a lot of sadness, waves of sadness in the world. But eventually, and with the help of a friend too, because sometimes we just need to talk it out till we understand what's really going on. I ended up getting to the place where I could say, okay, I get it. I'm taking on this energy. And why am I taking on this energy? And how can I not do that? And if anybody's having trouble with that, contact me and I'll tell you a few of the tools that I use. But being aware of taking on the energy is the first thing. And since then, I just came up to a different level, a higher frequency. And I have not felt that. And it was keeping me from sleeping well. And it's not, I don't have that keeping me from sleeping now. So have any of you been feeling that? Put it in the chat. What have you been feeling this week? Have you been feeling waves of sadness or some kind of emotional kind of thing around you? Has it brought up things in you? So it would be interesting to see what's happening with you all. All right, so I do want to say something about the Vortal. That's from the luminary that's called Vortality. I didn't have it out, but I'll get it out and show you that one, because it's really a fun way to work with the luminaries. And all right, I don't see it here. Do you have yours, Stacy? Oh no, here it is. Okay, this one is Vortality. I always say it looks like an amoeba, and part of what Vortality tells you is to allow yourself to easily move through this or that. And so it means don't stay stagnant. Allow yourself to move with the energies. So in the Vortal, we have taken Vortality, which is a vortex and a portal, and put that together. So the vortex is the coming together of all the people that are looking for a way to stay balanced and a way to go forward in their learning, and doing it as a community. And that is now beginning to develop. And we have 13 people that have signed up for it now. So we are excited to present this to you. And Stacy, would you put up the link to the landing page that tells everyone more about what's in the Vortal, what they can experience through that? And anybody who signs up now will be able to go to the Sunday presentation that I'm making. And that is a time when we're going to break up into groups and talk about what we're doing there. So I want to see what everybody's saying here. I'll see if I can take it back. So I don't know. Yeah, it will let me. So Will says there have been times of obscured vibrations and times lately, especially, that have been calm and clear. Well, I think there is that. You know, it is like we have certain times when it feels like everything's okay, and other times when it's not. But the one thing that can lower your frequency is if you take on other energies. And Courtney says, I've been feeling hope and sadness. Yeah, both. Also feel good feelings and the desire to self-care. Oh, that's wonderful, Courtney. Oh my goodness, yes. We really need to do self-care now. Okay, let's see. Jeannie says, I'm exhausted. I can't get off the couch. That's how I felt for 2 days. I meditated, I napitated, I napped with my cat. You know, I find, I've just learned if I try to push it, whatever I do is not going to be in the frequency it needs to be in. So it's just like a waste of time. I just need to deal with myself. Yeah, and Dodie says waves of grief and sadness. Okay, thanks for putting that in. It's, we need to know that we're not alone. We're not the only ones that are feeling it. Okay, so Mia says, I have felt sadness, but is an energy that does not belong to me. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Well, just know, Mia, that there are waves of that are all around us. And that's where we have to really be careful about that. And then Dodie says, I've felt old traumas coming up that I hadn't thought about in years. I felt like they are coming up to be released. Blue, is that called appetite? Has helped with uplifting my spirits. And one of the things that's coming up in the Vortal is Dodie's going to, whoops, what happened here? Dodie is going to be doing a class on crystals. And the first one she's going to be working with is amethyst. So, okay, so it looks like I said this, but it was actually Stacy. Qigong practice has been focused on releasing old emotions and beliefs this week. That Qigong is a wonderful way to do that. And we all have to find our particular way. But boy, Stacy is so good at leading that. All right, Stacy, let's go into the individual readings here. So we've got a really nice group today. So tell me who the first person is.
The first person is Will. Actually, I think I've got counted. We're at 11. And just so you know, you can't, the Facebook users are on the spiritual resilience. You know what I was going to say. So I'm actually monitoring that over here. So that's where you're seeing some of my comments. It's coming from that. It's not linked totally.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I like to look back. Well, so Will last time had a lesson in red. So let's see what's up for Will now. I'm going to put the cards back in that are for today so that because if they come up, it just means it's a doubly pay attention. So, all right. Oh, Will, you get this so often. This is okay, what's it called? Come on, Stacy.
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy. Yeah, it's not sweetness, but I couldn't think what it was. Ecstasy. So,
we call it sweet ecstasy.
Sweet ecstasy. So I was reading something the other day, and it talked. Oh no, it was the presentation at church on Sunday, and Peter and I go to the Unity Church, and it was talking about everyday ecstasy, which I think is so cool. And maybe that's part of the message for Will is it. And I think, Will, actually, that you pay attention to that kind of thing anyway. Every day, every moment, there are wonderful times to be present and feel the ecstasy of it. So here's what ecstasy says. The emotion-soaked code of yesterday has been embraced and transformed. The hoped-for magnificence of tomorrow is now. Open the floodgates of divine human passion, birth force as a fully resonant song of ecstasy, a fully resonant song of ecstasy. And so I had written something a bit similar to this in how to apply ecstasy. In our society, ecstasy seems almost taboo. Taking life seriously is more often the norm. Finding ecstasy in the moment doesn't rule out being very serious about what you're choosing in life. Are there ways of thinking or pathways of behavior that would place ecstasy at a distance in your life? Explore how you can choose ecstasy in a way that's uniquely yours. Well, I'm sure that what I went to, Will, was this kind of ordinary ecstasy, which I really like that kind of way of thinking about it. And what I'm seeing, Will, is that you are wearing ecstasy like a cloak of some kind. And all these colors are mingling in your energy field and in your body, and they are moving out into any part of your body that needs additional help. Some of them are going up into your third eye, kind of into that part of you that knows, and they are they are shining up what you know in your third eye. So I think you're going to have a really interesting day because those colors are going to be working with you. I really encourage you, Will, to sit down and feel what that is and kind of pay attention to where those colors are going and what that's about. Oh, that's really fun. Okay, so what's the next one, Steve? Who next person?
Well, of course, following would be Leslie.
Okay, and Leslie's last time was awakened. All right, so let's see. I think this one is a color card today. Let's see. Oh, well, this really goes with because it's the strength in white, and what you'll see is the black is in the middle because this black and white balance each other, and the strength in white is pure, strong, unconditionally loving. And I know, Leslie, that sometimes that doesn't feel like that's who you are or that that's what's happening in your life. But this is the strength in white is saying, call on me. Oh, isn't that precious? Call on white because it's already in your field. It's already who you are. But sometimes the things happening in the outside world can keep us from realizing what's in the inside world. So it's like, I don't know why this is coming up. It's like carrying a torch for white. That's who you are and what you're here for. So I think that, I mean, the strength in white is so wonderful. Use that, Leslie. If things start bothering you in the outer world, go into that inner place and find that beautiful strength of white and work with that. All right, who's next?
Next, we have Courtney.
All right. Okay, and last time, it looks to me, I can't read my writing very well, but it looks to me like Courtney's was sweetness. So let me see, is hers a color card? No, hers is another luminary. I think Courtney likes luminaries. Okay, this one is called,
Neo Matrix?
Neo Matrix, yes. And Neo Matrix, let me see what this is for Courtney. Usually what it means is that you are creating a new matrix in your energy field and in your body. And that matrix is something, it takes a while for it to land and for it to be very clear. So Courtney, just know that the situation that you're in now is giving you some time to understand that there are a lot of changes that are going on in you. And from what you said earlier, it sounds like there's some really wonderful things that are happening. And just embrace that new matrix. Oh, you know what I'm getting? Is for you, Courtney, to do some drawing of what your matrix looks like. And if you're willing, maybe you can send it to me as a text or however you want to send it. And we might be able to take a look at that and make some, figure out some things from that. Okay. All right, so Courtney's is Neo Matrix. And who do we have?
Next is Dodie. And just to add to Courtney, good morning and good afternoon. It was great seeing you this morning. And as soon as Neo Matrix came up, I thought that's part of it because you have been attending the Qigong. And
that's so true. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you guys here are really you're in good shape. Your card here is Dodie is the strength in magenta. And what it says at the top of this is compassionate and healing. Okay, so I have been using magenta for some healing. So magenta transmutes energy, which means it changes the energy into something else that's more usable for you. So really work with that color, Jody. Here's what I'm getting is, I don't know that there's a stone that's a magenta color. Maybe you can tell us whether there is or not. But you have been putting the luminaries on a stone. I'm seeing it more as on a clear crystal, putting the magenta card on the clear crystal and allowing that to activate and enlarge the energy of magenta, and then bring that into your body and an energy field. And it's the strength in magenta. So magenta, I'm also seeing you use that and send it out to the world, because magenta is a wonderful healing color that can really bring so much compassion to the world where people are having a hard time. All right, so who's next?
Julia.
Hey, Julia, it's nice to have you here. All right, so let's see. Julia is a color card as well. So let's see what's up with Julia. Okay, Julia, yours is the lesson in orange, and it says allow all your emotions to be felt. Orange is the belly area, and it's between the red and the yellow. So the red is from the middle of the hips down. The orange is from middle hips up to the waist. Ooh, that's a beautiful orange. And it's a lesson in orange. So I'm just feeling into this to see what lesson comes up from this. You might already know what the lesson is, but it feels like there's emotional energy that is old. It's more in the unconscious. So you might want to sit with orange and just get you something that represents orange. It can be an orange that you eat. It can be a picture that you have that has orange in it, or take a crayon or a colored pencil and draw something with orange. And when you do that, use blue too, because that is the balance. Orange and blue are the complementary colors. And wherever there are emotions that need to be transmuted or need to come up so that you can heal them by understanding them and speaking about them, then you can use the orange and blue to do that. So yeah, I feel like doing something with orange and blue. Maybe you have scarves of those colors or something. Use those together. And even if you don't have a scarf, what I'm feeling is for you to wrap those two colors around you. Just imagine that you're doing that. And whatever this is about is ready to be released. So give yourself some time to work with that. Okay, so this is a lesson in orange. And let me know, Julia, if that resonates with anything that you've been aware of. All right, who's after Julia?
Winneray.
Hi, Winneray. All right. So Winneray, yours is a luminary. So let's see what's up. Oh, this is interesting. It's celebration. So I'm just, I'm really drawn to the yellow in celebration. And yellow is in the solar plexus, which is just above the waist and below the bottom of the rib cage. And this is the place that's about understanding who we are here in this outer world, being able to recognize your soul self and who you are on that inner, and then noticing what's happening in the outer. And if it's not in alignment with the inner, then you begin to say, how can I live out here in the outer world in alignment with what's in my soul self? And when you do that, that yellow that is going to just shine. And that's the celebration, is getting to the place where what you know of yourself inside is what you're seeing in the outside. And that's the yellow is just going to shine so brightly for you. And then I hope you will stop and light a candle, or write about it, or do something so that you really honor that you are being shown how you can feel celebration in your life. Okay, so who's next?
Oh, next is Jeannie.
Hey, Jeannie. Okay, so Jeannie, yours is a color card. Another one in the strength in magenta. Okay, so what I'm getting for you, Jeannie, is that it's time for you to use the strength that you have of compassion and love and being able to shift energies, to use that with the lime green. And the lime green is right underneath your rib cage. It's kind of, and this is one, these two colors are ones that are part in the second level of the colors. And they're of high frequency. And this, Jeannie, is really coming together in these two colors in you, because there's a different kind of leadership that you're moving into. And oh, Deborah's here. Hi. I'm going to be getting together with her, and we're going to be talking in a few minutes, or after we're finished here. So Jeannie, what I'm really encouraging you to do is understand this, not in terms of, oh, I got to go out there and lead a class, or I got to do this or that. Now, you do have a great ability to write, so it may be something about that, but I'm getting that it's more about your family, that you have brought in an energy of healing, and there are things happening in your family because of that. And notice that this is part of your leadership. You need to understand that you are a leader, even if you don't quite understand what that means for you. But wow, when you've got the strength in magenta, work with that, because that is so strong and so transforming. And that, along with the lime green, is going to, I don't know, there's a next step for you that you're just stepping into. So, this is going to be fun to see where that goes. Okay, who do we have next?
We have Susie.
Who is it?
Susie.
Susie. Oh, Susie. Great. All right. So, Susie, yours is a luminary. All right, this is a wonderful one. This is called Presence. So, Susie, are you aware that presence is around you? Presence can be any kind of divine energy. It can be guides, angels, just an energy from someone who's passed that has a very wonderful spirit. So if you've been feeling anything like that around you, Susie, that is what's going on for you. And this card let's see. Wow. Okay. What I'm seeing is this card can come around you and it's going to start spinning. Do you get anything about that, Stacy? I just see the presence spinning around Susie.
Oh yeah, it's it's her mom's love, supporting her, letting her know that she loves you and cherishes you and appreciates everything you've ever done. But she's there. She is totally with you, and don't forget it.
And she has more understanding now that she's on the other side, right, Stacy? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So because we can also have people who are still here, and then their spirits come to us, and we feel them like a similar presence. But she has learned a lot, and she would like to pass some of that on to you, Susie. So as you feel her presence, just sit with that and be very silent and allow her to bring into your understanding something of what she has learned. Okay, who's next?
Next, we have Michael. And
Michael's?
Yeah.
Is this?
He's over on spiritual resilience.
Okay.
He shows up as Facebook user on here. So this last one with the hearts is Susie, and then when he's on, it shows Facebook user. So
does it give the last name?
It's Nastia.
Yeah. Okay, Michael's old friend, and Michael took the color training many years ago, and Michael, it's so good to have you here. It really is so good. And Michael does such a wonderful thing. He does what I call journaling with your knowing self. Only he sees it as a divine being. And I read his stuff every day because it's so uplifting. He just is a wonderful, wonderful energy. And I've always told him that I think he's called Michael because he's part of Archangel Michael's group. I don't think he believes me yet, but maybe he will someday. Okay, Michael, I hope I'm not embarrassing you. But what you're doing and his information in the mornings comes out, and he sends it to other people that he knows may be able to use it. So it's just wonderful. All right, so Michael, yours is a color card. Okay, I'm not surprised. Yours is the strength in indigo, Michael. Are you feeling that? That is intuitive and ancient wisdom, and it's learning to trust higher power. It's beginning to allow your psychic gifts to come through. So, wow, this is amazing time for you to have this when changes are going on in your life. So get out the cards and sit with that and read in the book, Michael, because there's some more information in there for you. And it'll probably come up in your journaling as well. So I'm just so excited for you, Michael. All right. So I know we've got Deborah here. Do we have anybody after Michael?
We have Mia. Then we have Deborah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mia. Let's see what's up for Mia. Oh, Mia had the most beautiful pictures. She does pictures of flowers that are just incredible. And this flower goes from pink on the outside down to magenta in the middle. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are the colors that we need right now. They're so what's the word? They are there just loving us. They're different forms of love. The pink is more of a child, loving the child aspect of us. and the magenta is more the transformative energy of us. So what I'm getting for you, Mia, is the lesson in silver. Choose what you value is part of that, but I get that it's more than that. Okay, silver. Well, I'm hearing silver lining. That, and I think of silver lining as something that comes when you've done a lot of work on yourself, and there's sort of this beautiful energy that comes in. Yeah, silver and gold really work together very well, even though they're not really complementary colors. They are balancing colors. So silver wants to talk with you, Mia. So do some of your journaling with silver. It's and write down silver lining, because they're not giving me exactly what that means for you. But I always think of it as something that comes after you've worked through something and you see, oh, there's really something positive in this, even if what you went through was difficult. So let me know what you get from that. All right, and thank you for being here. Oh, the ones, those are coral bells and a dwarf azalea. Oh my gosh, you've got to go to her Facebook account. She just has the most beautiful pictures that she's taken of flowers. Okay, so who else do we have? Anybody? And I'll do Deborah.
Deborah.
Okay. I guess it's not, maybe it's not Deborah, maybe it's Deborah. It's just different ways to spell it. Okay. Well, yours is the luminary. Yep, there it is. All right. This one's expanding, right, Stacey? Yeah. Okay, I just looked it up. Okay, so expanding. Okay. Well, I'm going to read one thing out of the book, because this is what this message is for you. Okay. It's on page 40, if anybody's following along with that. Expand your thinking, evolve your vision, embrace your uniqueness, join the universal orchestration of all that is. And you've been a part of that universal orchestration for a while. And now you're being asked to release some mindsets that have gotten stuck. And know that stuckness is just what happens when we've had a mindset that's gone into the unconscious, but it's coming forward for you to let it go. So expand your thinking, evolve your vision. And this is not just your vision for your work. Evolve your vision for Earth and for what can happen on Earth. Evolve your vision for what's inside of you and how it can expand in ways that you don't know yet. You know, when I talk about the soul self inside, the soul self has many aspects to it. So this part of the soul that is needing to expand is not that the soul itself expands, but there's more information within the soul self for you, and you can expand into that. And then embrace your uniqueness. I think that's a message for all of us. We all have so much within us, so much that is available, that is part of who we are uniquely. So we need to be willing to say, well, somebody else might not like how I am, but it doesn't really matter, because if I'm living from my soul self and the truth of who I am, then that's really the best that we can do. And, at the bottom line of it all is that we're living from love. So the more that we expand into that love, the more we will expand into our soul self. All right, I'm going to pick one for you, Stacy. And thank you for being here, Deborah. All right. Yours is a color card. There it is. I love it. I think you need to get together with, let's see, who had this one? Jeannie. Because you have the strength in lime green, and Jeannie has strength in magenta. So,
Nice.
yeah. And this strength in lime green for you is how much you are developing your leadership. And I think your leadership is becoming balanced in a new way. And you might want to look at how the balance of the magenta and the lime green are part of that new way of understanding your leadership. So, yay, cool stuff. All right. Well, we had such a good group here today. I'm so glad that everybody came. And there's that beautiful lime green. I love that color. So I'm going to write these down because I like to see from week to week, if you come back, what kinds of things might change, or what things might build on what you get here. And remember, I'm just picking up on a few things, but you can take it further because all the answers are inside of you, and you can work with that yourself. So, one of the things that's happening is that for those of you who sign up for the Vortal, I'm going to be doing the Journal with Your Knowing Self, and that's going to be once a month. And I've changed it to Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. And is it next week, Stacy, that comes up? I think it might be. Anyway, you can still do the Journal with Your Knowing Self, but if you're not in the Vortal, it's $25. So, but if you are a Vortal person, you can just come. You don't have to pay for it. So anyway, I am just so excited about the Vortal. I think it's the place where we can, here we get a certain kind of sense of being together, but there's the logo for the Vortal. And we had a disagreement about the description of it. So, and this is in the leadership group. And so Stacy put around the outside of it what I had gotten when I was on the airplane on the way to Costa Rica. And it felt a little far out there. So we have another sentence that we're using. Let's see if I can find it here. No, I don't see it immediately, but anyway, that is, maybe it's right here.
Okay, I got to add to the story. It was a Friday, Energy Focus of the Week. Friday, I was covering for Arlene while she was taking that plane ride to Costa Rica. And do you know what card I pulled for her that day was Vortality. And the next thing you know, she's texting me from the plane. I'm flying above Costa Rica. And that the saying that is showing there, the coming together, is what she came up with flying after. Whoops, I didn't mean to move that. Oh, now I'm just like flipping through. I lost my page. But anyhow, the words were just perfect. And I could not believe that you were saying that. And this came to you. And I'm like, do you know what card I pulled for you today?
Anyway, we have a lot of fun with this stuff because, Spirit just drops stuff in at the right timing. So anyway, come join us. And you can find all the information on the transformationaltools.com page. In the home page is all the information that you need to learn more about it and also to sign up. Please sign up. I think all of you it'd be so wonderful to have all of you. Some of you are in there, and it would be so wonderful to have all of you, because I feel your energies and you all are just working together so well. All right, time to sign off. Thank you all for being here. We went a little longer because we had more people to do our readings with, but what fun. And I hope that they were helpful to you. Love you all, and please come back next week, and I will be talking to Deborah shortly. All right, bye.